Oh, no. Is this the best they could offer? Oh, geez, I'd hope for something with at least decent features.
In the last 4 decades, Diane Keaton has played quirky, outsider, radical, harried, maternal, independent.
You're an incredibly complex woman.
I guess you could say I'm half saint, half whore.
Infusing every character with a lot of Diane Keaton.
You play very well.
Oh, yeah? So do you. Oh, God, what a dumb thing to say, right? I mean, you say it, you play well, and then right away I have to say you play well. Oh.
Her Oscar-winning turn came in Annie Hall in 1977.
La-di-da, la-di-da, la-la, yeah.
I never said la-di-da in my life until he wrote it. But I was a person who couldn't complete a sentence, so he did get that right.
Welcome back to Daybreak.
And in her new movie, Morning Glory, she plays Colleen Peck, morning show anchor.
I still have standards, unfortunately for you.
Suppose I don't have standards?
Sure you do. When you got your pap smear on air, you wore a silk robe.
Okay!
Classy touch.
And we're back. I mean, obviously, I want to emulate you.
Oh, yeah,
Give me a
sure.
chance.
I thought you were a good anchor.
You did?
I did.
How about, though, the way I delivered the lines, though? A little dicey, because, you know, I lead with my personality, Diane's personality, and I feel like it's okay for me to have the run on, you know, in life, Diane. But you can't do that with what you do. You cannot.
So I don't have to worry about you
No, and you
kind
also
of
have to
being
be
on my
brilliant.
heels?
No, I'm not. I can't do it.
Of
You
course
have to
not,
be-
because the only thing she's really ever wanted to do is sing.
I wanted to sing. I thought I was going to be a singer. And I did everything I could to be a singer.
This is the dawning of the age of...
And sing she did, on Broadway no less, in the musical Hair. She was 22.
You know, singing. And
Do you have a good voice, by the way?
oh yeah, it's great. No, of course not.
Well, it must be
But it was
pretty
good
good
enough.
if you had fantasies
Oh,
of
I had
becoming a
tons of
singer.
fantasies. Oh yeah, tons of fantasies.
I
I did have a little solo, and my song was Black Boys Are Delicious. Black boys are delicious, chocolate flavored treats, licorice lips like candy, keep my cocoa handy. Yeah, so that's what I sang. I don't think I'm going to get any jobs singing anytime soon. But I'd like to. I still have aspirations.
Really?
Yeah. Do you think I have a chance?
I don't know, but I think being
Can
able
I
to
try
sing-
again?
Yeah,
Give
go
me a
ahead.
shot.
Yeah, knock yourself out, Diane. Go ahead.
No.
Somebody's watching.
Oh my God. Yeah, somewhere.
At the time, someone was watching. Woody Allen. Allen and Keaton would go on to form one of the great on-screen, off-screen partnerships of the 1970s. But first, Keaton would have to measure up, literally.
I had a huge crush on Woody right from the moment I saw him. I was auditioning for Play It Again, Sam, and he was 5'7". You know, he was a relatively short. He is a relatively short fellow. So they put his head in and they measured us, and I got the part because I wasn't taller than he was. So you know, this is like the way it began, and he was hilarious.
Now come near me, I'm warning you. He gets it right between the eyes.
He'll do it. He'll do it. I've seen him shoot a nose.
And in Keaton, Woody Allen had found his foil.
Sucker. You don't realize that you've been dealing with one of the greatest minds you've ever seen.
Yeah, and his isn't so bad either.
Yeah.
Take 1973's Sleeper.
I just liked being his stupid sidekick. I loved it. He would say things like, "You can't even do a joke." And he's right. So he was very smart about it. And he would like have me set up the joke for him. That's what I'm good at. Being the idiot.
Diane Keaton is the master of self-deprecation. But in truth, she's not unlike her character in Something's Gotta Give.
You're a tower of strength.
Oh. She's lived life on her own terms. She's always worked, never married, and didn't start a family until she turned 50.
You know, I'm a late developer.
Keaton says her mother, Dorothy, who died in 2008, encouraged her daughter to just be herself and go for it. It was unexpected guidance from a woman who represented domestic perfection.
My mother was Mrs. Los Angeles.
I know,
don't know
and
if you-
Mrs. Highland Park before
Well, yeah,
that,
we can't
right?
forget that. I mean, that's a very moving thing.
Your life is in such stark contrast to your mom's, who was sort of a domestic goddess, if you will.
She was the kind of mother who was the great enabler. And she was always supporting me, every single thing that I ever did. I mean, we were partners.
If Keaton's mom thought her eldest daughter ought to be in pictures, not everyone agreed.
I would always fail because they would always say to me, "You're too kooky." And so you don't get the part because you're too kooky.
Where
And
did they
then
get
to
that
be
idea?
Because I was a little off center. Oh, you're making fun. That's really not nice.
Just kidding.
Anyway, of course, just kidding.
Then in 1972, The Godfather happened.
Michael? That man over there is talking to himself.
I felt I was miscast.
This one time, I'll let you ask me about my affairs.
Well, when you watched that movie, or when you watched it initially, did you still feel that way?
There's the only thing I thought about when I saw Me, not the movie. The movie is absolutely brilliant. Was the wig is horrible.
What was it like working with Al Pacino? Because you guys were involved in a
Obviously,
relationship.
Hello. No, not then.
Not then?
No, but I would have liked it. I'll be frank. I mean, he was beautiful and so talented, and oh my God, yeah, I had a big crush.
Things didn't heat up for them romantically until after The Godfather Part 2, but they proved to be two very different people. Al
was more of a real actor, kind of really about acting, always. Al was the kind of guy that if you're around him, he'd read Shakespeare. Get it? Like he's doing The Merchant of Venice. I mean, hello? I couldn't stand doing anything like that ever.
Really?
Are you kidding? Night after night, doing a play? I'd rather, that's like my idea of hell.
Keaton appreciates the many chances movie making gives her. And Warren Beatty, another longtime love, taught her you can never do too many takes when they starred in the movie Reds nearly 30 years ago.
I don't know if you ever saw that train station scene, but we must have done that 64 times, and I only got it on the last take. So my feeling about a lot of takes is count me in, because maybe you're going to save me, you know?
What is your relationship like with these people now, Diana? You know, do they stay in your life? Do you have friendships with these guys?
Some. Woody is a friend. He's a friend. I saw him last night here in New York. I don't really see Al. I don't see Warren. But I have great memories of them, and it's fun to see Warren as a father and Al as well. Both people that you never thought of as parents are now parents.
And you, of course, are a mom now, too. You have two kids, Dexter and Duke, right?
Right.
You adopted your first child when you were 50. What motivated you to do that at that point in your life?
Well, it had a lot to do with my father's passing. Because I think, quite frankly, that I liked being a daughter. I really enjoyed being a daughter. I don't think I wanted to be somebody who could take those, parenthood on until I had to accept that I had to move on.
Why do you think you never got married?
I think that the reason I didn't get married was because I would have to compromise too much. I think I took my cue from my mother there. I didn't want to have that. I wanted to try more adventurous things for myself, and I think that I didn't know how, and I was also afraid of men.
Really?
Oh yeah. I was afraid of men, yes. I was always being turned down or overlooked, and I saw myself as kind of a victim in that area. Yeah, it was hard for me to kind of compromise. I think I wasn't really marriage material.
Do you regret that?
Yeah, in some ways I do.
Today, at 64, Diane Keaton's life is full of work, family, friends, all lovingly draped in her nonstop stream of consciousness and her own inimitable charm. You still seem to have that insecurity thing and unsure of yourself.
Yeah, it's in there. It's the DNA. But I'm going to fight it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try as many things as I possibly can, except for flying. I don't want to fly. I talk to the pilots. They all look at me like I'm crazy. But I think they're crazy. So how do you like that? I don't want to fly. I want to be adventurous, but I don't want to fly.
Are you okay?
No, I'm obviously not. I think I need to sleep. Somebody's got to put me down. Put her down.
I know